Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Human Empowerment Experience. We are here to empower you, and we are here to do a kettlebell training with the RKC certified kettlebell trainer, David Hills.
And my assistant, Coach Kendra McLaughlin.
So happy to have you here with us this Friday morning. It's Friday. If people pay attention to those things, we tend not to have days or times, right?
Try not to. Cutting down on my days.
That's what happens when you work for yourself. You're like, what day is it? We're in a new month already?
We are.
It's October 2nd.
My birthday month.
It's David's birthday month. That's coming up quick.
Mm-hmm.
What's the date? The 11th?
23rd.
Oh, I was going to celebrate it early.
From the 11th to the 23rd.
I have some more time. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so this morning what I want to talk about first is, who are you? Do you know who you are? My post was about this morning, and I realized that sometimes am I keeping you up?
Go ahead.
I realize that sometimes in my mind when I'm doing something, I tend to do things for the expectation of others. And instead of just being myself, like in my mind, I'm thinking about how people are going to see me. I actually do that all the time. And I think if you really took a look at when you go to do something, are you doing it as yourself, the person you are, or are you doing it for the expectation of others? So it's something to think about. But the first thing you have to do is figure out who you are. So, you just start a journey of finding out who you really are. What do you like? What do you feel? What is the feeling in here? That's what the difference is. We can all make a list of who we think we are, but who are you inside really? So the journey of finding out who you are is the first step. And it takes, a long time typically, and it might take your whole life, but it's an important step because life is short. You don't want to live your life just doing things for the expectation of others. You want to live your life exactly who you are as a person. And the reason is because you are unique. You were born perfect. You are the only one there is of you. There'll never be another person exactly like you. You are a unique being, a product of uniqueness. It's amazing when you actually think about it. You're the only one that will ever be. Why not just be yourself? Be who you are. So the first step is finding out who you really are. What do you like? What are the things that you do that make you tick? How do you actually feel inside? The second step is to actually just be who you are, no matter what, and accept others as they are. That's the other thing. Don't expect others to be like you. They're not like you. They're not you. They're them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I could go around in circle on this one.
Right.
We're having a good time this morning. But anyway, that was something to think about today and over the weekend. And actually take some time and meditate and think about that. Who are you? Life is short. David had a really good friend of his pass away on Sunday, someone that he's known since he was 12, a mentor, a person to look up to, Mr. John Jenkins. He was the first first Black mayor of the town of Lewiston. In his 68 years, he's done so many things in his life, and he always was exactly who he was. He was. I didn't know him personally. I've seen him in the news and seen him in the media. He owned his own dojo, and he was a karate master. What do you call it? What would you call it?
I would call him a karate master. Yes.
And he was only 68. He passed away on Sunday, and so Wednesday. So it makes you really realize how short life is when you see someone that you never thought would leave this earth now has gone. Makes you think about things in a different way. I am today actually because of that. So sending you my condolences. We live together and stuff, but I'd say it out loud. But anyway, so we're going to get started on our kettlebell training this morning. I am still nursing kind of my shoulder. It feels great, actually. After 3 days, this will be the third day of working out, and I've been actually doing some physical work as well. But what are we going to be working on today?
Okay, what we're going to be working on today is our side bending series. And what had happened when we were out in California, had a conversation with Tim, which is Kendra's son-in-law, and
Wonderful
really
guy.
nice guy. These people are farmers. They're organic. They have an organic farm. Wonderful, wonderful place.
Yeah.
But he's 6'3", and when you're dealing with planting and weeding and harvesting plants in the ground, there's a lot of bending over. And we had a conversation about how how he does it and stays healthy is exactly the same way that we use kettlebell, and it's for the same reason. So what I'm talking about is this. If there's something on the ground that he needs to work on, he's walking down the road, he's this way. He's working like this, right? Not with a rounded back, with a flat back folding at the hip, like so, right? Moving along and working like this. If you're gonna work where you have to pick things up off the ground or bend over onto the ground a lot, and you want to survive, you've got to do it right. And whether you're putting yourself under load, picking something up, or just carrying the weight of your body. I mean, you got to realize, I'm not a very big guy. I'm 165, 170 pounds. Fully 2/3 of that is from here to here, which means that's hanging out over the edge of this joint while I'm working. So I have to rely on these muscles to hold me up. If I curl my back, if I bend my back, now it's all these little vertebrae. You have to keep your back flat, right? Put yourself under load, solidify the core, and lift. So we're going to just work on this a little bit with our kettlebell. So we're going to put our kettlebell between our feet, put it close to 1 foot, turn your feet towards that kettlebell. Let me just fix a couple of cameras here.
What happened to our camera guy today? Missing. Slacking.
So again, I'm going to put the kettlebell close to 1 foot, turn my feet 45 degrees straight, so there should be a 90-degree angle from my spine to my leg. You can rest your elbow on your knee.
Thank you.
Grab a hold of the kettlebell with the other hand. Pull yourself down a little bit further. Explore the range of motion that you have there. Come back up. To the other side, put the kettlebell next to the other foot. Slide it over to give some room. Fold at the hip. Here. Elbow on your knee. Grab a hold of the bell, pull down a little further.
Actually feels really good to stretch that out.
You should feel this right up here in quadratus lumborum or back here in your hamstring. Pull. Now we're going to put the kettlebell right in the middle. Lock your knees, fold your hips, grab the kettlebell, really pull and stretch both legs. Keep your back straight, your legs locked.
Feels good in the back of my legs.
Absolutely.
Now, the other thing that I wanted to say is I've seen a lot of young people think that they're going to live forever and not take care of their bodies when it comes to working hard. People in construction or people lifting things, childcare, all that stuff. And they're doing things to their body because they think they can because they're young and they think that they're going to get over it or it's not going to damage them. But what I see happening is when you do not do these moves correctly when you're working, you damage your body so that when you're our age, you're in pain, you're on medication. So this is for everybody, particularly if you're a young person. One of the neat things about my son-in-law is that he is only in his mid-30s. So he's doing the right thing in order to be able to continue doing those things as he gets older.
Okay, so let's do it. Grab your kettlebell. Put it between your feet. Fold at the hips. Sitting back. 2 hands on the handle. Seat the shoulders. Drive into the heels and pick it up. All right, we're going to bring it around our body. Solidify your core. Keep your shoulders seated around the body. 1, 2, 3. Other way.
Now I'm using the baby one today only because of my past shoulder injury. So I just want to make sure that, do I keep my arms completely straight on this, by the way?
Not necessarily exactly straight,
Okay.
but
because I did have a little tiny bend in my
I end up with a
elbow.
little bit of a bend too.
But what's cool about that particular exercise that we just did was it really uses, you really want to solidify your core. It uses your core.
It does.
It's amazing
Feel
how
it
much,
all the way around your feet.
how much it uses your core.
Okay, let's do some swings.
I'm gonna grab my other kettlebell. This. So I've gone up to a little bit heavier kettlebell just for the swing.
Now, alternate hands. And more. 1. To the rack. Swing to the rack. Here we go. Change hands. And on the other side. Change hands. Press it overhead. Swing. Rack. 2. 3. 5 more. Last 1. Change hands.
Quiet.
I know.
Concentrating.
5 more.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sit down. Nicely
Not
done.
bad. My little heavier kettlebell. Let's see who we have here this morning with us. Let's see. My sister, Tammy. Hey, Sissy.
She's been consistent.
Yes, she has. Julie Poulin is here watching us today. We have Steve McCabe, Oliver Heyer, Aaron Michelle, and Steve Day.
Stevie Day. Hey.
Sensei Steve Day.
He's a Taekwondo teacher from Freeport.
Oh,
Nice guy.
I think my Instagram went out, but that's
I
okay.
hate it when Instagram goes out. All right. Move on to our legs. We're going to start. Bring the kettlebell to the rack position. Point the feet straight ahead. Lifting the calves. Coming up on the balls of the feet. 1, 2,
Keep your core tight.
3.
Really squeeze when you're up on that top.
Press it overhead. Keep it there. 1, 2, 3. Pull it in. Change hand. Point the feet out 45 degrees. Lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press it overhead. 5 more. 1,
Squeeze your
2,
calves. You can squeeze your glutes.
3, 4,
Make sure your arm is in the right place.
5. Pull
Locked
it
out.
in. Set it down. Whew.
Beautiful.
All right.
Wow.
So we're going to go back to the exercise we did for our warm-up. Now we're going to put it under hook.
I'm going to grab my smaller one because of my shoulder. Just want to make sure.
So we're going to put our feet at 45 degrees. Fold at the hip. Keep your back flat. Reach down. Palm goes down. Hand goes down. Palm facing forward. Grab the bell. Put this hand back here on your hip. Now let go of the bell. Come back up. Watch. The movement to come up is moving your hip across.
Yeah.
By moving my hip to the side and back to the other side, it lowers my hand. Don't reach with your hand. Push back from your hip, your hand will automatically go. Don't lift it with your body. Don't think of lifting it with your arm and your upper body. Move your hip across, the weight will rise. Use leverage. Again, hold at the hip, reach down, grab the bell. Solidify it. Seat your shoulder. Fire your core, push the hip across. Bring it back. 2, 3, 4. Touch the ground each time. 5, 6,
Or tucked
7,
in. Keep that back leg straight.
8, 9, 10. Set it down. Switch position. Pointing away. Hold at the hip. Grab the bell. Hip goes across. 1, 2, 3,
it's harder than the other side. For some reason.
6, 7, 8, 9, and set it down. Back up. Very nice. Ah, excellent, excellent. We're going to move on to the front of our legs, do some squats. You're going to hold the kettlebell in a rack position. You reach around with the other hand to hold it. Like a baby. All right. Swing the kettlebell to the rack. Reach the other hand and grab it. Sitting straight back, way down. 1.
Squeeze your glutes.
Hips go back.
Come up.
Hips go forward. 2.
Your knees should stay
3.
over your feet. Shouldn't be jutting out in front of your
4.
feet.
5. 6. 7. 9. 10. Very nice. Set the kettlebell down. How we doing? Oh, we got plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
Whew. All right. We'll do some cardio.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
I want to do snatches.
Okay.
I want to do.
I'm gonna have to use my little one just because of the work I've already done.
Yep.
Just being smart. I get plenty of time to heal this shoulder and to gain momentum. I don't need to rush it. And just using that kettlebell on the
Press.
Yeah, it wasn't sore, but I can feel
Still restricted a little bit.
need some work.
Yeah.
So I'll use the baby one today for now.
Okay. Doing snatches all the way overhead. Again, if you're not at this point where you're doing snatches, go a little slower. Swing to the rack and press the long cycle. If you're comfortable with it, do the snatch overhead. The keys to this: move the kettlebell the shortest distance possible. Make sure that you've got your shoulders seated. The motion that throws that kettlebell overhead is a very short, small motion. It comes all the way down at the very bottom of the swing. I'm going to pop my hips forward and pull back on the kettlebell. Don't make a motion, but you'll feel it. It goes all the way from your feet to your hand, and you'll feel that kettlebell all the way through your body. And you're going to change the direction from out here to straight up. You end up throwing it overhead and catching it in the locked out position. Okay, good luck with it.
Geez, thanks.
This takes, I would have
take.
to say it took a year or more to fully dial in the form on this exercise.
Yeah, so that gives you an idea.
It takes
where you should. Yeah, don't expect to be getting this within the first couple of tries.
You might bruise the crap out of your wrist. You know, there's a lot of things that need to happen. It takes a while to get full lockout position, just to flexibility. Okay, here we go. Bring your kettlebell up all the way overhead. And again. 2, 3, 4, 5, going to 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, and change hands. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, And one more set of those, switch hands. Oh, sorry, anyway. 3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Change hands. Last set.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Loved it.
Whew. Very nice, folks.
Now, for those of you who are a little more advanced, you can continue to do some kettlebell stuff, some swings,
My suggestion,
things like that. Can't see you, babe.
whenever you finish this workout, and any of your workouts, if you've got a little left in the tank and you want to push, swing out. Pick up that kettlebell
Just do regular swings.
and do regular two-handed swings. But do them until you can't do them anymore. Do them until some little voice inside your head says, you need to put this down or you're going to hurt something. Maybe the living room floor, maybe your shoulder.
Or the other thing,
whatever
too,
it is.
so certain things might give out first.
That's
so
right.
Your breath might give out first.
Whatever's your weakest link.
Your muscle or your body might
Could be your mind.
First. Could be your mind getting tired.
Could be your grip. Could be your arms. Could be your legs. But whatever it is, whatever makes you fail and put it down, that's your weakest link, which means that's what gets the most work. Every time you do this, it's going to work your weakest link the most. Mm-hmm. It won't be very long before whatever that link is gets strengthened, exposing the next weakest link.
And that's how you
so on and so forth.
Build on your body.
And that's how you build functional strength.
And that's what we're doing here. This is not a bodybuilding. I mean, you will gain muscle. See, I have some muscles. Not bad for almost 60. You will gain muscle, and I love the smaller muscle. Like, I'm lean and I have muscle, but I'm not big and bulky. Not that a woman would get that big and bulky anyway, but what we're doing is building functionality of your body so that when you work, when you go do normal things every day, you're doing them correctly and you're able to sustain what you're doing, and you're also able to live longer in terms of being active and that.
I encountered these with fight sports. If you want to, if you want to do fighting, boxing, karate, cage fighting, doesn't matter. You want to be as strong as you can without getting bigger, because then you go up into a higher weight class. And my philosophy is the bigger they are, the harder they hit. Mm-hmm. So you want to make sure that you're as light and as lean as possible so that you've got speed without getting bulky so that you can do this. And, this is and not everybody, you don't need to cage fight. But
thank goodness.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be cage fighting.
Not that you shouldn't, because everybody, fighting solves everything. Did you know that?
I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover.
All right. In any case.
I'm a lover. I'm not a fighter. But you never know when you have to defend.
Kettlebells work for that too.
Oh, good. Yeah. You never know when you have to defend yourself, or something of that sort. Okay. Wow. Thank you so much for being here with us today. I hope you had as much fun as we did. I always laugh a lot on these segments.
We shall see
6
you tomorrow.
I'm laughing like crazy. It's a great way to start your day to join us Monday through Friday at 6 a.m., sending you love, peace, joy, happiness, and abundance, and also sending those healing energies to all of those in the world today who are suffering. May God bless you or whoever your God is, and setting our intentions for a beautiful day and a beautiful weekend. And we'll see you here Monday morning, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love you guys.